Hello, well welcome back to our little cottage here in Brittany. Well, it's another month of knuckling down financially, of reining everything in and being careful of the spending. It's the beginning of the month, so we've written the budget, we've thought of the menu plan. So this month you will see I'll share our written budget. I'm a great believer, a budget isn't a budget until it's written down. And every euro is accounted for the coming month. I've shown you how I do my freezer stock check, my food stock check, and a basic plan for the month, which gives me the ideas of where the menu plan's going to go. As always, I'll share what we ate this week and our menu plan for next week. So come on in. I thought I would go through April's budget. I don't go through our budget every single month, but I will do this month. I run what is commonly known as a zero balance budget. So money in, money out, zero at the end of it. I know exactly where all the money's going from. Every single euro is accounted for. So money in this month, which includes income plus pension after deductions, is €1,787. That's what we will live off for April. Our savings will be €832. The long-term savings this month is 522. Sinking fund A, 210. Sinking fund B, 100. Now I'm going to go through those sinking funds. It's people like thinking that I save money for the sake of hoarding it. Far from it. So we have a tax habitation bill. That is a TV licence, effectively, of 150 a year. Tax something hors d'oeuvres, that is dustbins, to use the recycling facilities, the déchetterie, and so on. That's 150 years. Tax foncière is €250. That's on the taxable value of the size of our house. Then we have water of 300 a year, logs 360 a year, Christmas and birthday gifts 600. We give ourselves an extra 100 for Christmas for ourselves. Car repairs, tyres, windscreen wipers, that thing, 600 a year. So that comes to 2,510. We divide it by 12, means I've got to put €210 per month into sinking fund A. This one here is a small fund. This is for clothing, holidays. I'll pause my finger on that. We probably won't get the chance to have any this year. And days out, shoes, those kind of things, 1,200 a year. We didn't spend that last year, but we save it in great optimism that we can go out. And that's 100 a month. So that is my, back to here. Long term, 522. That amount goes up or down each month. But this one here, sinking fund A, is the same each month. Sinking fund B, it's the same each month. And our total savings, you can see here, is 832. Now, let's go on to our expenses. We allow ourselves €120 this month and most months for any extras, anything we might need, light bulbs, we might need polyfiller for the wall, I don't know, a haircut, we allow €120 for that. And the rest of these are fixed bills. My mobile phone is €13, bank charges this month is 11. My health insurance, because I was 55 this year, has gone up to €70. House insurance is 25 a month. Car insurance 37 a month. I have a separate internet for my work. I just have that feed for my online teaching, and that's €20 a month. Mike's mobile phone is 10 a month. Our electricity, 122. This amount goes up and down. This will go down in the summer. SOSH is our TV, internet and home telephone is 26 a month. Mike's health insurance, because he's a little bit younger than me, it's 24 a month. All our food for the month, and when it says food, that's food, dog food, cleaning materials, toiletries, 300 a month. My little old dog, she's getting old now, her medication costs 52 a month. I have my eyebrows and other bits on my face waxed each month. It's 25 including the tip. Gas bottle, 25 euros. Car fuel, 75 euros. So when I add, back up to here please, when I add the savings, back down here please, to the household bills, I've got my total of 1,787, which is, back up to the top, our total income, including pension. So there is our budget for the month. So here's a job that we don't really enjoy, and Mike and I do together. We try to do it every week, but mostly we don't need to, but we have done it today. So what we do first of all, if you come down here now, thank you Mike, I stand there with the freezer open, calling out what's in there. Mike helps me by writing it down. So that's first things first. We make sure we've written down everything that's in the freezer. Then I go on to create some kind of a meal plan. So that's just the list of what's in the freezer. I can read his handwriting just fine. So thank you. And then I go on to this. Then I've got my list on one side of what's in the freezer and a rough list of what I can do with that. I have 1 kilogram of white fish of pollock. I can make 4 meals from that. I can make fish and chips, fish pie, fish cakes steamed with a lemon. I have 1 box of beef burgers, frozen, just 100% beef burgers. That's burger night twice. I've got a pack of smoked sausages. I can make 2 cassoulets from that. And you can see this number here, that means that's 4 meals, 2 meals, 2 meals. I have 3 packs of lardons. Now that's chunks of smoked bacon cut into small cubes. We joke here in France, we say the French make wonderful bacon and then they chop it up into little bits. From that I can make a quiche, a tartiflette, a carbonara, that's 3 meals. 2 packs of sausage meat, I can make from that. Meatballs, which could be 2 meals. I could make meatloaf or sausage rolls or sausage plat. So from this, I know I have 2 meals. I have a pack of frikadellen. We can have it with sauce, with salad, with veggies as a hot meal. I have 2 750 gram packs of minced beef. I think Americans would call that hamburger meat. You might make beef burgers from that. You might call that minced steak, but it's very good quality. From that I can make 2 cottage pies. I can make 2 lasagnas, and each cottage pie, each 2 is 4 meals. So I know from the 2 packs of minced beef I can make 8 meals. I have 3 packs of diced beef. I've got 3 slow cooked beef meals from there. I might do spicy beef, I might do beef casserole. I have a cassoulet made in the freezer already, ready to go. I have 2 packs of pork steaks. Shoulder pork steaks bone in, I'll cut the bone out. From that I can make 2 meals. I could maybe make barbecue sauce with pork and slow cook it. I could do sweet and sour stir fry pork. I have 2 packs of Toulouse sausages. They're huge. In the UK we would call those jumbo sausages. I must make a point about French sausages in comparison to UK sausages. French sausages are 100% meat. I can make a mock roast. I can have them with gravy, which is different from American gravy. A mock roast, I could have roast potatoes, vegetables and gravy. We could have them with mash and onion gravy. I could make an all-day breakfast. That's a hell of a task today, wasn't it, Mike? Let's have another swig of coffee. Excuse me. I have 4 packs of chipolatas, as we call them in the UK, or thin sausages, along with 4 packs of sliced bacon. Nothing like UK bacon, it's wafer thin. I wrap it around the sausages. We can have bacon wrapped sausages again with a salad, with a hot meal. I then have 7 packs of chicken breasts. There are 2 chicken breasts in each. It just suits us. We buy them like that. It's just as cheap to buy it like that for us. We've got no waste. We can have salad, lemon chicken, steamed chicken, roast chicken, chicken pie, coronation chicken, chicken tikka. I've got 7 meals. Then things I have in the freezer already. I have 2 lasagnas. That's 4 meals. Here's one I made earlier. 2 chilies meals. That's minced beef, red kidney beans, red beans. Here's one I cooked earlier, veggie bolognese. So there is what I do. I get from there, which is one of us roots through the freezer, calls out to the other one writes it down. I then create my meals. I have in my freezer more than a month's meals already. Now this means, back to me, that's great because we've got Austerity April. We could buy a big shop at the beginning of March, which has kept us going through all of March and all of April. So, back to me again. It's not easy to do this. It is time consuming, but it's one of those things, one of those jobs, once it's done, it's done. And I don't ever suggest to other people that you do what I do. It's what works for me. It saves us a whole heap of money. It means we can keep our shopping budget low this month, and we need to, because we need to put as much as we can into savings this month, which is April. Austerity April. When I look at the bags that I make them as gifts, I make them and I sell them as well. I like to remember what they're made of. So we have here a bit of French vintage curtain. Yep, it's upside down. Oh, obviously I did that on purpose for amusement and entertainment. On the inside, we've got another pocket inside. That's some lovely British vintage curtain fabric, probably from the 1960s. A nice spotty pillow cover. And then we've got some more curtain fabric on the back. So there we go. One used to be bag. Here's one of my little thrifty secrets. I use celery in quite a lot of dishes, but I might not want to cook with it today or tomorrow. If you buy fresh celery here, you've got about a 48-hour window before it turns into some floppy weeds that you just don't want to eat. So what I do is I wash it, and I'm leaving it on a towel here to dry, and then I will bag it up into portions and I will freeze it. Then it won't go off, and I'll have it to pop into stews, casseroles, mainly Italian style sauces where the base is celery, onions and carrots. So there you go. Chop up your celery, wash it, dry it, bag it into portions and freeze it. I thought I'd share another one of my thrifty kitchen tips. I always make my own pastry if I'm making pasties, or if I am making, in this case, quiche. And I have the pastry in the quiche tin, I have the paper, and I have a smaller quiche tin on top of it. And that is how I blind bake my pastry. You don't want soggy pastry when you have a quiche. It's been my day off and I've spent pretty much all of it cooking today, and one thing I've cooked is a coffee and walnut cake. It's just a basic sponge cake mix with chopped walnuts in it and espresso coffee flavouring it, and then a buttercream on top and in the middle again, flavoured with espresso coffee and decorated with halves of walnuts. Close up for dramatic effect. Well, here's what Mike has for dinner tonight. He has a Cornish pasty. Inside a Cornish pasty is diced swede, also known as rutabaga, diced onion, diced potato, and diced beef skirt. A cut of beef from the flank, and that's diced, and it's richly seasoned with salt and pepper. The raw ingredients are put inside, the pastry is folded over, it is crimped on the side, and it is cooked at 165 for 1 hour. Cornish pasties. Here's our dinner tonight. Spicy chickpea stew. So it's chickpeas, carrots, butternut squash, lots of Moroccan flavoured type of spices, some harissa, some cumin, coriander, garlic, and with that some green beans, green peppers, courgettes, pan cooked in a little butter, finished at the end with some lemon juice. It's Friday and I've slow cooked some beef with kidney. We did that, I did that on top of the stove. So that's diced beef, diced kidneys, onions, and lardons, which is like chopped up little tiny bits of bacon. Sauteed it, added some stock, let it simmer for a few hours, thickened it with some corn flour and some seasoning, and that's it. It's gone into a pie. Steak and kidney pie. I'll show you it cooked and for dinner later on. Here is tonight's dinner. Steak and kidney pie with green beans and broccoli and plenty of gravy. Very English recipe, steak and kidney pie. Here is this week's groceries. We've done a good stock check this week. You can see that in our previous video. I've put a link to that below. So let's go through what we got. Toilet rolls, $1.19. Creme fraiche, cream, $1.30. Dog food, $2.62. Kilo of potatoes, $1.99. Dry dog food, $2.19. If you're from the UK, you'll recognise this. If you're not, this might be unusual. This is beef kidney. We eat something called steak and kidney pie. It's a real British classic and it's wonderful. $2.75. That's outrageously expensive compared to the UK. Over here as well, if you're from the UK, you know this is called swede. And if you're from America, you know this is rutabaga. This is swede and it goes in Cornish pasties. Again, these are really expensive here. That's $4.62 for four small rutabaga. Herbal tea is expensive here. So that's $1.93 for 25 chamomile teas. Butter, half a kilo, $3.59. Dijon mustard, $41, very cheap. Mayonnaise, $89. Fresh produce is expensive here, so 6 apples, $2.49. 1 white cabbage, $2.49. Show the size of my hands, it's quite large. Savoy cabbage, nice big one, 1.45. Celery, oh, this is a really cheap way to buy it in a pack, 95. I chop this up, freeze it, it goes in casseroles, it goes in bolognese sauce, that kind of thing. 3 small lettuce, 95. 1 romaine lettuce, 95 again. And that was this week's supermarket top-up shop. Here we go, a quick whiz through of the menu plan for next week. I've got 7 meals planned. I won't necessarily have them in this order. I might change the order if I feel like it. Let's whiz through. So a kidney bean and lentil salad. Another day a mock roast. You'll see what I mean when I video it. Veggie hot pot, lemon chicken. Couple of freezer meals there. Chili already in the freezer. Cassoulet already in the freezer. And a meal somewhere in the week that is beans on toast with cheese and an egg. Well, there it was, the budget. It's always a bit odd opening yourself up like that and sharing financial details. Some people will be looking at that going, well, that's not very frugal, I live off a lot less than that. There might be people who look at that and go, wow, blimey, how on earth do you live off that? Well, everybody's budget is everybody's budget. Everybody's concept or idea of frugal is different. I just share what works for me. I never suggest anyone else lives the way I do or does what I do. I just share. If anyone takes any benefit from that, that's brilliant. Just leaves me to say thank you so much for sharing that snippet of our lives. We have got an austere April. We don't have a lot to live off this month. We can live well. That's why I call myself the frugal queen in France. I believe I live really, really well. But we're going to have to tighten the budget. There won't be much to go out with. And let's face it, France is back in lockdown. So I won't be going very far anyway or needing much fuel for the car. So I think we're just going to be fine. So thank you very much for dropping by. I love your comments. It's so great that you share that with us. Thank you so much for giving us those thumbs up. They really do help us. Best of all, and I only ever ask one thing. Go on, hit the bell button, subscribe so you never miss some of our videos. And we'll see you next time. And thanks again from our thrifty and frugal corner of Brittany in northwest France. Bye bye.